continuing on with our offset section drawing, here's where we are. Let us now put in these two holes here. And so looking down on our view, those two holes are going to be here. And where are they? First of all, they're 2 inches in from the back side. So I'm going to get the offset command. Offset, enter a distance of 2, select object, and side to offset. Okay, now they are 5/8 in from one edge and 1 1/4 inches apart. So offset again, I'm going to go O for offset. 5/8 or 0.625, enter, and select line, side to offset. And then 1 1/4 down to the next hole. So I'm going to enter to bring up the command again. And I'm going to type 1.25, 1 1/4, enter. Select line, side to offset. All right, those are where the holes will be. Now these are counterbore holes, so they are, the through hole is 1/4 of an inch in diameter, and then the counterbore is 3/4 of an inch in diameter. I'm going to make the 3/4 inch hole first, the bigger hole first. It's easier to do that and then put the little one inside. And, you know, before I do that, I think I want to use the intersection here. Let's just check our O-snap settings. I'm going to click my down at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to click this O-snap settings thing. And let's just make sure what we've got turned on. Everything that has a check mark is an O-snap setting that's turned on. And good, there's intersection, there's perpendicular, we definitely want that. End point, midpoint, center, quadrant, those are all very useful. As is the nearest. We might not use that in this drawing, but that is sure handy to have. Okay, so we're all set. Let's go first make the 3/4 inch diameter circle. So circle. Now, you notice I could just select center with the diameter from up here, but I'm not that bright. I tend to type and I go C for circle, specify center point. Now I've got my intersection O-snap turned on, so I can click right there easily. And because I wasn't that bright, my circle command is the one that says radius. I don't want that. I want diameter. So I'm going to type D for diameter, or I could click right there. D, enter. And what do I want the diameter to be? 0.75, enter. Good. Now I will enter to bring up the command again, circle command. Click the other intersection, and it's not bringing up the intersection. This is probably the right place. It's perpendicular. But what if I weren't sure? I could click Shift, right mouse, and that would bring up this temporary list, and I could click intersection just to be double sure. All right, so right there, click for the center point. And it has already remembered the size of the circle I did last time. It had a diameter of 3/4, which is a radius of 3/8, 375. So I don't have to type a number again. I'll just hit enter to accept. All right? Enter to bring up the circle command again. Click for the center point. Now this time I want a diameter of 1/4. Or 0.25. So I'll go D for diameter, 0.25, enter. There's my circle. Enter to bring up the circle command again. Enter to accept that size of circle. And there we are. There are our circles. Now let's put in this notch at the back, whatever that's for. And what is it? It's 1/4 of an inch deep and down an inch, down an inch. Okay, so let's get O for offset. I'm going to just type O. O for offset, and a distance of 1/4 or 0.25. Select line on that side. Enter. Now I'll enter to bring up the offset command again, and this time for the offset distance I'll enter 1. Enter. Notice I don't need to go 1.000. I just go 1. Enter. Select line, side to offset. Now I'll select that line, side to offset, and enter to accept. Now I think I will do some trimming here. So here's the trim command up here, or TR for trim. And I'll do these. There, I'm all trimmed out. Now there are some chamfers here, and it says there are 5 of them that are 1/8 of an inch by 45 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's put those on. Where is the chamfer command? Well, it's hiding under this fillet command. Those are both about modifying a corner, so they're grouped together. I click the fillet arrow, and there is chamfer. Yay! Okay, shall I start clicking? It says select first line. No, because it doesn't know what distance I want. So first I need to click this option distance, or type D for distance. And what is the distance? 125. Oh, look, I must have had 125 entered sometime in the past because it's got a memory of that. If it didn't, I would just enter 125. And I'll hit enter to accept. That's the first chamfer distance. What is the second chamfer distance? Well, this is a 45-degree corner, so it's the same. They're both the same distance. It's a 45-degree chamfer, so I will just hit enter. Okay, now it says select first line. Yay! So I can select one line and the other line, and there's the chamfer. And let me hit enter to bring up the command. Line, line. Enter to bring up the command. Line, line. Enter. Line, line. Enter. Line, line. Oops. Line, line. Okay, there are our chamfers. Now, I will hit enter to get out of here. See that rounded corner there? Let's put that corner in, but wait, it doesn't have a dimension on it. How do we know how big that is? Well, the instructions say there's a note that we're going to add to our drawing that says, note, all fillets are radius 1/4 UOS, and that stands for unless otherwise specified. So this thing must be a 1/4 inch radius. And then here, where the nose joins the body, that must be a 1/4 inch radius. Here is a radius that is otherwise specified. So this little outside corner is a different size. But right now, let's put in our radius 250s, unless otherwise specified. So we'll go back here. Oh no, where's our fillet command? Oh yeah, it is right here. We had our chamfer thing going on, but now we'll click down and get our fillet back. Fillet. Select first object. No, we don't know how big it is. So first we're going to type R for radius, and our radius is 0.25. Enter. Now we can select the first object and the second object. Okay, let's hit enter to bring back the radius command again. Now it's remembering what our fillet value was. We don't have to enter a number again. We can just do as it says, select first object and second object, and enter, select first object and second object. Okay. Now let's put in this smaller radius. This is one that is otherwise specified. Let's put in the radius 1/8, radius 125. So I'm going to hit enter to bring up that command again. And now I'm not just going to start clicking lines. I need to tell it a new radius, R for radius. And I'm going to enter, it says specify fillet radius. I'm going to enter 0.125, enter. First object, second object, enter to bring up the command. First object, second object. All right, there they are. Now, let's work on our section view here. So let's just project some lines down from the slot and the holes down to the section. And notice that I have ortho turned on. That's going to be a good idea because I want to just run some lines down here. And nevertheless, it says perpendicular, and that's a good thing. Now, when I come up here, it says midpoint rather than quadrant. That's okay because in this case, that means it's the midpoint of the arc. And the midpoint of the arc is the same as the quadrant point, so no problem. Ta-da, and da-da-da. And let me bring another line down here to serve as the center line later on. Let me just click that, grab a grip, and move that grip down there, and escape. And let me move, well, let me just stretch this one, and click on that grip, and come down here. There, that's where it will be. Okay, this slot is 1/8 of an inch deep. It's 0.125, and then the smaller slot goes all the way through. So let's get an offset command, O for offset. The offset distance is 0.125, enter. We're going to click, oh, what is happening? I did something stupid there. Yeah, well, that's not unusual. So there's an O for offset. I'm going to now come down here, and I'm going to extend this line. I need it to extend all the way over here. I could click here, extend is hiding under the trim command, or I could do my favorite typing thing, EX for extend, and there we go. Now, let's do trim, TR for trim. Trim some stuff. Getting our slot trimmed. And now we also want to trim out this little part right here. There's a good looking slot. Zoom previous to get back to where we were. Now let's put these counterbore holes in here. And they are, where's the depth? Depth of 0.188 or 3/16. So let's offset our depth here. O for offset, 0.188. offset this line. Okay. Now